21-yard line. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. And the offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10. Now Gordon. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Gordon. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Gordon on 1st down. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now on 2nd and 13, Bridgewater. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
That's complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Cortland Sutton, 59 yards. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find him at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos.
Makes the score Broncos 7, Colts nothing. Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Jack Doyle that time. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wentz. And he'll find Pittman. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a first down.
At the 42-yard line.
Taylor. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Shotgun now for Wentz. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Working from the gun, Wentz. And that will be incomplete.
Had to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. KJ Hamler deep for the Broncos. This is taken around the 12. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5, and the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. A pass there complete to Sutton. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down.
Denver.
much room to run. Just gets it to the 35 after showcasing his tough running. Julian Blackmon bringing him down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
Broncos first down.
A quick throw caught out wide by Judy. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. Tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. There to stop it was Darius Leonard.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, Bridgewater. Got a man open, it's Sutton. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 25-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Denver.
First down, Gordon, and he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 19-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Bridgewater. And his throw here is incomplete. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for, and it's 3rd and 5.
Xavier Rhodes on the coverage.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. The Colts D sticking to their assignments, and that brings up 4th.
Intended for Cortland Sutton. Incomplete. He was defended by Julian Blackmon.
So on 4th down, on comes Brandon McManus and the field goal unit for the Broncos. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. The kick by McManus is good. And that'll do it for the first quarter of play. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
Now McManus on to kick this one off. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
At the 49-yard line.
They'll run with Taylor. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 11 more yards that go around. A first down as well.
We really didn't have any doubt that he was going to be one of the top-rated rookies coming into the league, especially as a runner. And he's given us no reason to change our minds. That's a big-time run, and the production that he showed us in college is translating very well into the National Football League.
Back to Taylor on first down. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 41-yard line.
Second and 11 at the 41. Here's Wentz to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. To throw is Wentz. And that is incomplete.
I like what they tried to do there, tried to hit him with something quick, get the ball in his hands, and hope he could make some yards after the catch and pick up a first down. Weren't able to do so on that play.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. Not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
Let's face it, you always want a team full of guys who can get you first downs and big plays of all styles, but you've got to have a big man you can just turn and hand it to, and he can be dependable in picking up first downs.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be a second down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
This is Gordon. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
30-yard drive.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And now the rookie's free. And he's taken down, but not before he gets to the Broncos' 30. 31 yards there and a 1st down. Once he broke through that first wave of defenders, there was a pretty big gap there for him to run.
And it helps that they were in a dime defense. That's 6 defensive backs. So this is why a lot of teams now are searching for those linebacker safety combo type guys who can add a little bit more size on the defensive side of the ball, but can still run as well, because when you run against 6 DBs with some bigger offensive linemen, you often get this result.
Your pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. A reminder coming up at the half, as we've done all year. We'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin on the road to Super Bowl 53 in Atlanta. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
The Colts with a first red zone opportunity in the ball game. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. Taylor. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, we know he's an electric runner. Earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to bottle him up at different levels. That was your suggestion. Some mixed results.
Yeah, certainly, because we have seen him bottled up at times. We've seen him play him very well. We've also seen him pop the cork a few times and get out of there, haven't we?
We have indeed. On 2nd down now, it's Taylor. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Colts have got it back to a 1-score game. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. That'll be taken about a yard deep. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
First and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
6 brings up 2nd and 4.
Four receivers now, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. 2nd down and 4. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. That's going to be caught by Judy. It's a foot race. The 20, 10, and all the way home for a Broncos score. Jerry Judy, 61 yards. And the Broncos able to show off their quick strike ability. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And if you look at the next-gen stats, you'll see that he topped out at an even 21 miles an hour. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Fielded in the end zone. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing now is Wentz. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On play action, Wentz. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
The pass.
Now a timeout.
On the play.
7 seconds left in the first half. The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. Now Wentz. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Brandon McManus to kick off fourth and
Both teams trying to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Flush to his right. They'll find Hines out of the backfield. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
On 1st down, it's Hines. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. The give to Taylor. And now running right through it. Through an opening, and there he goes. And he's taken down, but not before he gets to the Broncos' 13. It's a gain of 34.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up 1st downs.
They'll run on 1st down. Hines. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
On 2nd down. It's Taylor, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Now Wentz. The quick slant caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. From 4 yards out. And the Colts able to get this back within a touchdown. Rodrigo Blankenship on for the PAT. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game.
Makes the score Broncos 17, Colts 14. Rigoberto Sanchez.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And this one will be brought back to the 22. That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page.
Just by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver, whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter. They'll determine that on the sideline. But bottom line, you could see that he thought he'd be in a different spot, except the defender was not his intended target.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
They'll try to run for the first with Taylor. And he will force his way forward for a yard or two, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And Mike Tomlin going to roll up the sleeves here and say, let's go for it on 4th. And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Rodrigo Blankenship for the Colts field goal.
A 31-yard attempt.
Blankenship's kick is good. And that will tie things at 17 all. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where Colts do, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And he returns this to the 22.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down.
First down, Broncos.
Here's Bridgewater. Sets up the screen to Gordon. It's a first down and more for Gordon. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. And I think that's a pretty good illustration of why they try to get the football into his hands out of the backfield. That was something else.
And we talk so much from a defensive perspective about scheming and finding ways to take away the run. That means the offense has to devise different ways to get the ball in the hands of their guy out of the backfield. Find open space, let him run, and big things can happen, and they did right there.
On first down, it's Gordon. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. On 2nd and 9, Bridgewater. He completes this to Sutton, and they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 12-yard line. A very solid gain of 27. Back in the first quarter, you said it, they need to avoid the big play, but he just got a big one right there.
You can't relax. You know, we talked about in the first quarter, but as the game progresses, still opportunities, and he took advantage of one there.
First down, Gordon. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Colts' 8-yard line.
This is Gordon as they go to him again. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. Bridgewater. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Noah Fant there to make the grab. And the Broncos have taken the lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Extra point from McManus is good, and they will take a 7-point lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
One quarter remains for the right to survive round one here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Wentz now to throw. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. Give him 3 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Brandon, you know this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him credit, able to hold on to the football.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Wentz. Buying time to his left. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late. And that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the interception.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
1st down, Broncos.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. To throw is Bridgewater. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. And the Colts pick it up, and they are going to score on a fumble return. Touchdown, Indianapolis. So they were down by a touchdown, probably just hoping the defense could hold them, maybe force the punt. Instead, they force the turnover and take it into the house.
Well, the plan was perfect. That's exactly what they wanted. Instead, they got a lot more than that. Big-time capitalization by taking the ball away and putting it in the end zone.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And the question, can they turn that interception into points? A tie game for the moment in the 4th quarter. Here's a quick throw left side to start things out. Something we're seeing more of with the rise of the run-pass option. A legal man downfield, and that's going to back him up. Throwing is Bridgewater. Now they go screen. It's complete. They get the penalty yardage back, plus 5 more as they get it to 2nd and 5.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield, a really nice pickup.
Second down and 5. Now they run from the gun with Gordon. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Broncos on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Bridgewater now. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
So a change of possession here on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
And it's all on the line now, all even in this wild card matchup. Maybe their most important drive of the season coming up right now here, 1st and 10.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Working from the gun, Wentz. His throw incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Wentz. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The defense did their job. 4th quarter, big stay.
No doubt about it, because the offense has been yelling at them from the sideline. Just do us a favor. Get us the ball back. Give us one more chance to take it downfield. The defense just did them a solid, it appears.
And when they get the ball back, they can kind of play free tie game. They're not behind.
Nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back.
And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
49-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter.
And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. It's Xavier Rhodes there in on the stop.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace it.
And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 3rd and 1, here's Bridgewater.
Got a man, it's Judy, complete.
And all the way home for a Broncos score.
Jerry Jeudy.
His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Broncos have broken the tie.
Brandon McManus.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Now this will make it into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
They trail by a touchdown here in the fourth quarter. Their season, to be frank, it's on the line right now in this wild card matchup. And obviously points are a must here as they begin 1st and 10.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Wentz. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Looking deep for Hilton. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. On 1st down, it's Gordon. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down.
And that's a tired defense out on the field right now. They desperately need a stop to get the ball back to their offense, but they're having trouble getting that done. Another gut-wrenching run right there.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They run it here with Gordon. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. The busy night continues for Gordon as he gets it here. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. On 3rd down, this is Melvin Gordon. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They go down to a knee, and that will do it. They are moving on here in the playoffs.
He kept it in his hands and tried to push it across the goal line himself, but the defensive front wouldn't allow him to do so, bringing up 2nd down and a bit farther.
Well, 1 win down, still 3 to go to get to the most hallowed ground in sports, but a good start.
A terrific start because they get to move on. Unfortunately for the team that lost, it's a long offseason ahead for them now.
So that'll do it for my